Hey there, everybody. It's it's supposedly your it's supposedly your local sparkly vampire boy who likes dragons a little too much for no apparent reason, Steve. And and uh and we're at episode 13, and it's not 1997, but but, but it's episode 13 of In the Serpent's Pit with Serpents Breakdown. Obviously, we are joined with Serpents Breakdown, obviously, hence the name.
Yes.
And today, once again, we are joined by once again the amazing, awesome Tiff 93 KD. I mean, look, everyone, it's Tiff.
Hi, guys.
Her content's amazing. Like I said before, I'll just rephrase it again and be like, if you're not looking at her content, what are you looking at, everyone?
Well, thank you, Stephen. I believe our subject of the day today is the circus, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna rephrase what I said in the last circus episode so we can get up to speed. So basically, the circus has been around for centuries, for forever, pretty much. And the latest running circus today that's traditional, that isn't Circus du Freak or circus anything, like traditional everyday circus, is the Cardigan International Circus, because Barnum and Bailey and Ringling Brothers went out of business, I think, in 2017. I think it was.
There's also the paranormal circus, but yes. Well, actually, I've done my research, and there are still a few quite of traditional circuses that still exist, because may not be in America, but you gotta think of all the other countries. You got the Russian circus that's like in Moscow, and then, you know, technically I know most people don't think Cirque du Soleils don't count as circuses, but actually they are. It's just they're called Cirque du Soleils. It just doesn't have all the animals and stuff. So, but
Those things are pretty cool, though.
yeah.
When I was doing research for the first episode, and I still remember it for this episode, is that Cardigan doesn't the normal American circus that's running today is they said on their website that they don't abuse their animals, and supposedly this is what I heard, that's why Ringling Brothers went out of business, is because of animal abuse and technical problems and all this other stuff that ran them out of house. But like,
I'm not sure if that's exactly true. Because I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of like a circus kind of expert here. So it's like, again, I've been doing my own research. And the thing is, considering most circuses got shut down because you have to think of all the animal activist rights groups. Because when you take certain animal acts out of the circus, it does hurt your box office. Like, for the Ringling Brothers especially, it was their elephants, because their elephant acts was what kind of also made them famous. And when they took the elephant acts out, it kind of hurt their box office. And stuff like that.
yeah,
After that, it's like,
A downhill slope.
yeah, like I know Wiki's not a best source, but Wiki does have a map of all like the acts that have worldwide laws on animal use in circuses, and the only places that don't ban it is most of Africa, most of Asia, um, only like small bits in like South America and like Japan. Obviously they don't have a ban on it, but I mean, um most of the United States has a partial ban on animal use in circuses. Same with India, Australia, and then most of South America. Um, and then there's only a couple places that have a nationwide ban. It's like one part of like South America, I think, somewhere in the southern part of Mexico, um, some European countries, and one country in the Middle East. I don't know what country it is. I can't tell from the map. And then between the southern part, I think, of Mexico and into South America, there is a ban on import and export animals for circuses. That's the only known spot. So, um, other than that, it's just like because of the fact that the United States had banned using animals in circus acts, a partial ban, because it's like it's not all animals, it's some animals. Um,
So it's mainly like a an animal band thing of what's killing the circus today.
yeah, it says because I'm also reading Wiki. Um, uh, this one university had conducted an investigation of and into the welfare of the circus animals back in 2008, and I have on here the following as to what it says. It says 71% of the observed animals had medical problems. 33% of the tigers and lions did not have access to outdoor enclosure. Lions spend on average 98% of their time indoors. An average of enclosures of tigers is only 5 millimeters squared. Um, Elephants are shackled in chains for 17 hours on a day on average. Elephants spend an average of 10 hours a day showing stereotypic behavior. Tigers are terrified of fire and are still forced to jump through fire rings. Since 1990, there have been over 123 cases of lion attacks in circuses, and animals are trained through discipline.
Before I say my answer, the circus in the grunge era must have been different. It must have been way different back in the grunge era with the circus. But to, I mean that's probably why Animal Crackers, like that Animal Cracker box, like released the animals on the cover, and they're not behind like those cage stores that they were for decades. You know what I'm talking about?
Not sure exactly if that has anything to do with it, but it's possible, but I'm not exactly sure.
It's because of probably no, it's probably because that got in the news like about that the Animal Cracker people got pissed about that, and so they had to change their design on their box to make it look like the animals weren't caged up anymore because of that reason.
Well, again, I'm not exactly sure. That's definitely something I would have to do exactly more research on, but I mean, if that's the case, then it's the case. So, but yeah, I think mostly part of the reason why Ringling Brothers went out of business is because when you took away their Elephant Act, which is one of the most highly well-known, famous acts that Ringling Brothers is known for, then yes, that's going to hurt your box office big time.
That I mean, I've seen commercials for it growing up, like for Ringling Brothers, like all the time. Never went to it obviously because it wasn't anything I was at the time interested in or anything. But like I remember when they I remember growing up and recently when I was doing research for it is that they used to do like extreme like BMX shows, like they had like BMX acts and all that stuff, like they were trying to be like X gamey for a little while to bring in the crowds. And
Well, technically, that's. I'm sorry, Serpent. What were you going to say?
Nothing. Actually, as soon as I tried to say it, I forgot.
Well, what I was going to say is technically the what show you're talking about is Circus Extreme, but that was not their last show. That was not their last show because I remember seeing a commercial for it. The last show Ringling Brothers they ever did was called Out of This World. It was a circus about being in outer space. That was the very last show. Um,
but yeah, I know that. But I'm saying like I remember doing when I was looking up YouTube about Ringling Brothers. Is that's the one I saw, and I was like, and I saw something about like last Ringling Brothers shows ever, and it was that, and that's how I guess I kind of just assumed, but like I should have done a little bit more research, and that's my fault. But like I thought, but like that would have been an epic way to end your circus, dude. Just like someone doing some kind of like BMX thing, like to end out your circus. That would be like Like, how much more extreme is that? I
I
mean,
kind of wish I had gotten interested in circuses sooner, because then maybe I would have gone to like their last show or something.
I mean, I'm kind of. I mean, I wouldn't like if somebody wanted to take me to one, I wouldn't decline it. I would be open to it, but if I go there and I don't like it, I'm not gonna like it. It's not like but like it's one of those things where it's like I'll go, but like I'll see if I like it. Something like that. I don't know. My mind has to be really set on it. Um. So Tiff, have you? So you never been to the circus before yourself, right? Like never.
That is correct. I have never gone to actually see a live circus in person. I have gone to see one Cirque du Soleil show, but I've never actually seen a traditional circus before.
How it it if we were to speculate here, how would you uh, react if you were to actually go to a real one? Like if you were to step through the tent right now and you're sitting right there and you took your seat and you're watching this right now, how would you be like?
I'd be happy. I'd be very happy because it'd be like it just brings like a dream of mine to life because basically all these circus performers, I see them, they're all as artists, and these people sacrifice so much to pursue their art. So it's just um like they're beautiful.
Yeah, honestly, honest. I mean, that's I mean, I respect anyone, man, who like freaking like gives up everything to freaking just like chase their dreams. I mean, for if we're gonna just take, I don't know. I guess we could take me for example. I guess this podcast, Cyber Time Bite, and this podcast alone. I mean, like I am. I mean, for Time Bite at least, I freaking like. There's times when I freaking like skipped dinner, skipped going places, skipped like I had to cancel plans with friends just to freaking do the podcast. And it wasn't because I was being selfish. It was because I scheduled something for the podcast and I lived up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like I like I like and that's what I respect about people who like those line tamers. I don't know how they do it, but but those guys are the real troopers because if they don't know how to do their job, they will be killed.
I would say any of those circus performers are troopers because a lot of the stuff they do, no matter what circus act you're doing, sometimes, like pretty much any circus act could be dangerous. Like even like say, yes, the clowns act, yes, most of the time they're to be funny, but you gotta think most of the time they do physical comedy, and that can also be just as dangerous, especially if they like say if they fall the wrong way, they could easily like break their leg or break an arm or twist their ankle or something like that, something that would put them out of commission, that could or even ruin their career completely. Acrobats, same thing. Like they train, like even if they may train enough themselves to be able to do all like the gymnastics and stuff like that, like one wrong move and they're injured and they could be out for within months or the rest of the year or could end their career. Same thing, trapeze artists. Like what they do is very dangerous because one accidental slip without catching the actual trapeze, it could get injury. Any animal trainer, like when they do tricks, one wrong move, and not only do they get hurt, but the animals also get hurt. Basically, working in a circus itself is dangerous. I mean, because you especially need to know what you're doing and be well trained enough, to be able to handle this sort of situation.
That's very true. That's very true because everyone it's a team effort and everyone's got to do their part, and obviously you got to be like well trained into that part so you're able to like do it to your best of your abilities and such. Um, I actually interviewed on Cider Time Bite for the 90th episode. Interviewed someone who does the the tightrope thing in the circus in South America, and she told me about like, oh, how hard it is, and and all this stuff, and how you gotta keep your balance and all that crap. And I was like, I didn't know it was actually that hard. Yeah,
It is very hard.
Yeah, it's hard to keep your balance, and if you're that high up too, sometimes the height can wig you out as well.
Yeah, because the thing is, to be a tightrope walker, you need to be able to not so much have a fear of heights. Also, your body has to be in the right amount of shape to be able to withstand walking on that high wire. Because there's a TV show I watch. It's named Bones, and they did an episode where they went undercover as circus performers. And near the end of the episode, the main character, Dr. Brennan, she went up on the high wire, and because she had previously had training for it for a research paper, and the fact that she hadn't been on the high wire in such a long time, her cuboid started to hurt, which is the bones of the feet, and you know that's when she fell, but there was a net, thankfully. But it's just like, if your whole body is not in shape to be a tightrope walker, then you cannot do it, especially your feet. Like, you think like dancing has a lot of strain on your feet, tightrope walking probably has a lot more because it's a very thin wire, and it's also with the weight of your body. It all depends on whether you can make it across the entire thing or you're just gonna fall down.
yeah, because I'm scared of heights. I'm probably like I'm so scared of heights. It's hard for me to even get like to go up to up to onto the CTA in the loop. Like I get scared even going up to that.
Well, then we know the trapeze or the tightrope or anything that involves heights in the circus is not for you.
So no, wait. Let's imagine this then. If all three of us were in the circus, like if we were circus acts, what would we do? Obviously, you would be the ringmaster, Tiff, because you're the ringmaster.
Well, I mean, okay, if I wasn't the ringmaster, then obviously I'd be a dancer, because dancing's always been my passion, and, it's something that I've been doing for years. So if I wasn't the ringmaster, then I would be a dancer, more or less.
Yeah, that's true. Me? Oh boy, what would I be? Um,
Oh, I could see a red nose on you, Stephen.
you see me what?
A
A
red
red,
nose.
Red.
red,
Oh, hold on a minute. What? Wait. I I I did my fair share of research on the circus, and I know, um, I don't know if they still do it anymore, but supposedly that's where like I think that's where like circus act wrestling started, like not real, not the stuff that you see today, but like the really early stuff. It was all a hoax, pretty much, just to entertain the crowd.
I'm not sure where you're going with that, because I've never heard of anything like that before.
Neither have I.
Hmm. I could probably be a strong man like Equus, like I was in the panel. I could probably
Well,
You have to build some muscles first, though.
yeah, I'm sorry, because if you were expected to be a strong man, then people are going to expect you to be able to lift a bunch of heavy stuff, because it's like you have to work out a lot.
Yeah. I could always try my hand at knife throwing.
Oh God. You're gonna kill someone, Serpent.
I think I could actually do that, though. I'm good at throwing things. I don't always hit what I'm aiming at, but I'm good
Well,
at throwing things.
Okay, but the thing is, if you're going to be a knife thrower, you have to have accuracy. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be able to be making sure you can accurately throw the knife where it's supposed to go without hitting your assistant. That, you know,
Might take a little bit of practice first, but I think I could do it.
But you guys see me as like some kind of like circus clown or something.
that would probably be the most safest for you, because anything else, it's too dangerous for you.
And a lot of the acts involve heights.
Yeah, daredevils, tightrope, trapeze, like,
I can, yeah, I guess I could, but I don't want to be an average clown, all right? I don't want to be like red nose, all this. Like, I don't want to be traditional. I want to be different. Like, you know,
I hate to say it, but most clowns in circuses, they all have red noses. Whether it's they paint it on or whether they have one of those squeaky fake ones, they all have red noses.
You
yeah, I
could
know.
have a green nose.
No. It's not the red. It's not the red nose. It's not the red nose. It's like everything else. Like how I look. Like I don't want to be like traditional clown. I
Well,
would.
I mean, okay, well, I mean, nowadays, not everybody does the whole white face. It's like, you've seen how clown makeup has altered over the years, so it's like, but the thing is, if you are going to be an actual traditional circus, they're going to have probably put a lot of makeup on you because it's a show. You have to be showy. Like, you have to be elaborate. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's true. But I never. Man, I never seen myself as a clown. Like I can't see myself being looking like that. I don't know why. I mean, I mean like. I mean I respect people who do it, who puts on all that makeup and does a thing with their nose, um, but it must, yeah, but but like you said, I mean they're made to entertain and basically get a laugh out of somebody, but like you know like they also fire themselves out cannons and
That's
that
more the Daredevils thing, but yeah.
and did they still do the little thing with the car where they all have the tiny
Oh
car
yeah.
and they go in it?
I
Yeah,
saw a lot of clowns climb out of one of those once at the one circus I went to. A lot of them fitted there. It was really surprising.
I mean,
yeah.
no, Tiff, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, yeah, don't even ask me how it's possible because I don't even know how it's possible. And let alone, I don't think,
Contortionism.
or, or let alone, I was also going to say, I don't think I even want to know how it's possible.
They're probably magicians in training. Probably in their in their second job, they're probably magicians, and they learn and they bring it into their clown life. Um, the circus as a whole, though, I mean, like, God, how much is involved? Like, it was in a tent. Now it's in arenas. Now, I don't think it can get any better. At possibly stadiums. I don't know. I mean, like,
Well, the thing is, though, yes, traditional circuses usually have their own tents, but obviously, as time came across, as it has evolved, it's just, most circuses weren't, I think, allowed to. I think most circuses just probably just didn't really have the money and the budget to like have their like own tent be made and then having to carry that around. That's why probably they've started doing the buildings and stuff because it's actually also probably maybe cheaper or so to get like say the United Center or Allstate Arena or whatever arena they can use because obviously you know it's cheaper that way than having to find a place in the middle of nowhere to set up a tent and expect people to find out where they are.
Although there still is one circus that I've seen so far that still goes around the tent. The Paranormal Circus.
Uh-huh.
I love that one.
Yeah, and you know what? There's also another circus like that does come to town a lot. It's this water circus that I know comes into town a lot. I've never seen it, but I know I saw it like the outside of it once when I was hanging out with um it was the day I think it was with Ray and Steven. Oh no, wait, was it Ray and shoot, I can't remember, but it was sitting outside one of the parking lots at the Orland Mall out there, and of course they had their own tent. So it was like,
I think when it comes to circuses and not having their own tents anymore, I think they don't do the tent anymore because they figured out like during hot days it gets really hot in there, and on cold days it gets really cold in there. And when you're in an arena, you have the choice of temperature control with the air conditioning and the heater, and so you have that on you. There's seats already made for them, and all you gotta do is just set up your axe and all that stuff in the middle of the arena and do your thing, and it's just easier on everybody and everything. If you agree.
What?
That no, I think like I was saying like I mean like when you do circuses in the arena now, I think it makes more sense because there's heating and air conditioning already there for you know so you don't have to worry about it being too hot or too cold when you're in the tent. I know the tent is more traditional, but when it comes to like temperature control and seating stuff and all that stuff, the arena has that already done for you. All you gotta do is just set up your acts and just do your thing in the arena in front of the people.
Well, I mean, not just that, but it's also because doing it in arenas, it's like it's better for advertisement purposes because it's better because it's like most circuses even now they have sponsors for their shows, and you know, being in arenas it helps them advertise that hey, they're going to be in town and stuff like that rather than being in a tent and using posters.
That's true. I mean, like, I mean, like, does Ringling Brothers if Ringling Brothers was still I said Ringling Blooders I was like what no um if Ringling Brothers was still around today in 2020 um uh, do you think they would like they would still be doing the same way they've been doing with like the Allstate, the United Center?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the only thing they can do at this rate. It's like, it's because it's like, it's just the way it is now. It's much easier to rent out a building than to use a tent.
Yeah, I mean, but it's more traditional though with a tent.
Yeah, but the thing is,
It takes a lot more advertising. You've got to print out all of those posters. And in the olden times, they didn't even have printers, so I bet they had to draw all of the
yeah,
posters.
basically all the posters, they would have to probably get like artists to draw all the posters and everything, and that costs a lot of money for someone to do that. I mean,
Sure, they'll still have to do it anyways, but at least they don't have to change the address every time.
and plus, considering if a circus has new acts, it's either, or if like some old acts leave, it's like they have to get rid of posters and update them constantly and stuff like that, and that's always a big pain. So,
Yeah, because I when growing up, I mean this has to do on the subject, but like growing up, I always fought for some reason or another that I thought like Ringling Brothers and Disney on Ice were working together because every single day, like every single time I saw their commercials, they were back to back all the time. Like it was Ringling Brothers and then Disney on Ice.
well, probably because they were both coming into town at the same time, so basically, it was like, when the Ring Boys came to Chicago, it's like they used the United Center for a bit, and then they moved to like a different one, and then Disney on Ice just used that one until they can get into the United Center. So it's like they basically switched off. It's like basically during that point when the Ringling Brothers were in town using the United Center, that's when both the sports teams, the Bulls and the Chicago Blackhawks, that's when they what went on what they call it their circus tour. It was like their road tour because the circus was in town. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know exactly if they were. Maybe it was just the fact that they both came in at the same time. So I don't know if exactly it was they were working together. It was just probably a booking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I mean like I mean like it's I mean like I have nothing. I mean like I said, I have nothing against the circus. Nothing against. I mean I like it a little bit now because of you two because you two talk about it all the time and I'm like I guess I could check it out and see like do a little more research on it. And
I don't know.
what's that?
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
But yeah, I mean like because then Ray doesn't really talk about much. M doesn't really talk about much. Kane never talks about it. So I mean like it's mainly you two who I get it from. So it's like yeah, I could check it out. I mean, seems cool. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Serpent, do we talk about it all the time?
Occasionally I mention if I the AU's on my mind, but I don't. But Cirque du Freak is on my mind, but I don't really talk about it all that much. Nah.
Yeah, same with me. And the thing is, the circus is not so much Ray Em and Cadence thing. Like, you know, because of like if I talk to Ray about it, it's like, I try not to bore her, but like Ray's like would be saying something like it's something that's important to you, and I don't mind listening to it every once in a while. So but the thing is, it's just not their thing. So, and I respect that. So, um,
Hmm. I mean, like that's why I always get afraid to talk about the stuff because the stuff I like. I mean, like obviously huge I'm a huge wrestling fan, but I'm not going to talk about it because I know I would bore you guys to death with all the facts I know about it. So that's why I never talk about it here or around you guys because I know that you guys would not care about one bit about it. So, um, so, but like but I try to talk about for some reason like I don't know what it is. When it comes to circus talk, I try like it's not like I'm not gonna say I know my crap about it because I don't know because I know about it like a little bit more about it now, but I don't know like a whole lot about it. I just know it was good and people loved it, and I respect everything they do there. And so, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get it, but no one's expecting you to know everything.
I know, but I don't know. I just feel like because you like it so much, that's what you want to hear. That's what you want me to talk about a lot because I know that you like it, and I know that Serpent likes it, and so I know you guys would like when I talk about it. I guess you say.
Yeah. Hey, Serpent, I
Yeah.
know you've been very quiet throughout this entire thing, so do you have anything to say based upon what we've mentioned about the circus so far?
Well, I know there's one thing that we haven't mentioned:
What's that?
freak shows. I
Oh,
know that we know that circuses used to have them for a while until they got banned, of course.
Well, yeah, because the reason why they got banned is because people then started finding it offensive.
And also, they were more than a little inhumane in some cases, because they would just find people who didn't fit their standards of normal, and then just like, hey, look at this freak, and then advertise them and put them up for people to see.
I feel like oh god, this is gonna be weird. But I feel like that's where you see sparkly vampire boys who like dragons a little too much.
I mean, sparkly isn't the most ordinary in the 1600s, whatever time period when it was still illegal to have freak shows. They'd be just like, look at this sparkly human. That's not normal. Have a sparkly human, everyone.
No, I mean no, but I mean like okay, maybe that wouldn't be true, but like if this was like back in those days, like when the freak show was huge, I would like let's just be honest. I probably like if I were to like go back in time in my cosplay is what I go as to conventions all the time back to the day, they probably would consider me a freak show talent because I look not like them.
I mean, you could say that about most cosplays.
But
I
like
mean, how normal does a troll look? I mean,
what from like
definitely would confuse the heck out of them.
what from Homestuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I if I went as Equus, they would probably think, "Who the hell are you supposed to be?" And I'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't know where to even start because nobody would understand. Tiff, do you agree with that?
Well, I mean, the trolls in Homestuck are aliens, so yes, obviously most people would find it, oh, because they're not from our planet. But I mean, you know, it's just,
It's different.
It's different, Everybody always finds something abnormal or different, but once you get a better understanding and then and whatnot, it's like, well, maybe they're not so different. Because technically, even though they might look abnormal, but technically they're still people. They are still people.
Yeah. I mean, since we're speaking about the circus, I want to advertise this again. Since we're on the subject of circus, I want everyone to know, like I said before in the last episode, that if you guys are interested, about the circus talk or the circus in general, or Homestuck and Circus put together, then I got the perfect shirt for you. Um, make sure to pick up the official Circus Stuck shirt with Tiff's Circus Stuck Car Cat or Ringmaster Car Cat logo on it, and it's really awesome. It's really cool. It's circus related. It has circus text on it. Um, whatever you guys want on it, I'll do my best to make it to your favorite thing. The main design says performer on it, and the alternate design says for life because Circus Stuck for life. Um, and make sure to, and if you guys are interested in that, hit me up. I'll get in contact with you. I'll make it for you, and all you gotta do is just send me your address so I can send it to you, and then you guys can wear it forever, and you guys can love Circus Stuck 24/7, 685 days a year.
365.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, 365 days a year. There you go. But yeah, make sure to check that out. It's really cool. But yeah, Tiff, you've been quite silent in the circus episode. Hey, is everything okay on your end?
Which end?
Who are you talking?
No, Tiff.
Which end? Okay, Tiff. All right.
Yeah, Tiff. I'm just asking. You've been pretty quiet during the circus episode. Is everything all right on your end?
She's been talking the most. I'm the quiet one.
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. I just felt bad. Sorry.
I think he's getting confused as to who's who now.
No, I'm not confused. It's just it's not, for some reason we're not as energetic as we were the first time.
I've just been making a Homestuck cosplays in Animal Crossing.
Well, then again, also the last time we did it, we were doing it at nighttime. Right now we're doing it 2:00 in the afternoon. So
True.
It's like
we're not tired as heck in our
our brains are still working.
pretty much, and yeah. So
no, I mean I also want to bring up the Caden episode's coming out tomorrow for Cyber Time Bite. That's episode 89. That's gonna be epic and awesome. Check that out, everyone, because Caden's awesome. The pizza boy known on Instagram.
yeah.
Check out and then check out whatchamacallit.
This podcast, I'm assuming you also put out some of the other episodes from this podcast also.
Yeah, check out episode 1 through 12 right now on YouTube and on wherever you get your podcasts. And there's just so much in this podcast that you guys are missing. Like if you haven't listened to episode 2 of this podcast yet, you guys are missing out because that episode was awesome. And every other episode was awesome too. I mean, including Circus episode part 1. This is Circus episode part 2, where we literally talk about tigers and stuff.
It's more than just tigers.
Yeah, and elephants and dolphins, where it just depending where you are.
There are no dolphins in a circus, Steven.
That'd be cool though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be cool?
The dolphin show, except they'd have to get a pool in there, which would be a bit more difficult.
Which costs a lot more money.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, like, and do you think the circus today is is doing well, or do you think it could do better?
Well, the thing is, I mean, the the thing is, I don't think I mean there are ways for circus to improve their acts, but I mean the thing is the circus like it became unpopular for people to go out is because of all the technology that we have developed, like TV, video games, all the electronics, cell phones, and stuff like that. Like nowadays, people get more entertainment off like watching TV or messing around on their phone. I mean, especially nowadays with the quarantine. My point is, it's like that's another one of those few things that because I saw this on a news thing for Ringling Brothers. It's because another thing that hurts box offices is because of all this technology that we have. And because with all this technology, it's like, why would people bother want to go out? It's like they can just be entertained at home.
I heard that was the reason why NASCAR was declining in ticket sales too, because it's for the same reasons. I feel like things that were popular, like like the circus and NASCAR and soccer and standard stuff like that, like stuff before technology was big that was keeping people entertained with before the phone and before the all that is just declining in 2020, 2019, and in the recent years.
Not true. Because I mean, all yeah, because you still got all your sporting events, and people are gonna rather want to go see that live than actually stay at home to watch it. So ticket sales, or like go to rock concerts, like those tickets, like those do not decline. Like, because everybody wants to be there up in person to see all these cool people. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, for the actual circus wise, it's just yes, it's kind of old fashioned, but and not everybody today is into that. But it's just like at this rate, because I mean, at least with this TV, they can advertise to get people to come. So
Yeah, I think I know who really jump started the circus thing all over again. Was the band Kiss? They made an album literally called Psycho Circus.
well, then again, Rolling Stones also had their own rock and roll circus album too. So it's like, and also the Beatles have made reference because they had their one song, "The Benefit of Mr. Kite," which basically the song is based on an actual circus performer that was back in the 18th century. So it's like yeah, it's not just one band. It's like there are like many other bands, and plus I know Britney Spears had her circus tour and stuff like that. So like yes, I would say like the music world does have a big impact on maybe getting people wanting to be like, hey, that's cool. Like we should go see something like that sometime or something like that. But of course, like
If you guys haven't heard yeah, if you guys haven't heard Britney Spears Circus mixed with Lady Gaga's Poker Face, that's good. Like that, like I'm not a big fan of either of them, but that sounded awesome because I heard both songs before, and when you mix them together, they sound great. Um, if you guys want to check that out, I can link it. It's really good. Um, there's um I I want to bring up the fact that
just take your time. No, I was gonna say because I know you're trying to think of what you want to say. So just I was also, but then again, I was gonna ask, hey, Serpent, because I know this is
Yeah.
supposed to be your podcast too. Do you have anything about the circus that you want to add?
Well. Hmm.
oh I got my question
Oh,
now.
yep. You go first then. I'll stew on the correct thing to say.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but now I thought of it. Can you imagine like a band based off the circus? Like they're based off the circus. It's not artists singing about the circus. It's the band based off the circus, and and they could be like something. They could be like a mixture of of like um alternative rock, and like in a mix of like, of like Tiff, of your favorite band, like an AJR alternative rock mixture band.
Well, the thing is though, like, are you saying like it's because like what do you mean? Like based off the circus? It's like circus like in their band name or like or is it
Maybe
the
outfits?
Well,
outfits or is it because the actual music they're trying to do is like circus music but it's in a more like modern day kind of music tone? Is that what you're trying to say? Because it just the question just kind of doesn't make any sense.
yeah, well, it'd be like the the musicians would be like, like the drummer would be like a lion tamer, the guitarist would probably be an acrobat or a strong man, whatever. The bassist would probably be, I don't know, the singer would be the ringmaster, and like they would, in their band name would probably be like I can't think of the name right now, but it'd be something circus related. But and like, they cover like, and they do covers of like all like the famous like all the circus songs or whatever that, for the circus songs of being, and then like they make songs about the circus, and they even make like original songs, too, just to mix it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when it comes to that kind of thing, I mean, it sounds cool, but then again, it's just more of how many people are willing to want to be really that interested in it.
Who's gonna
Like,
buy their CDs to be exact?
yeah, because the thing is, if it's all like if the album's supposed to be like circus themed or whatever, and they may have one or two songs that are like based upon the theme, or especially related to whatever that hit single was, or like especially maybe if it's just for the music video possibly, but just that whole band, it just I'm not sure how well that would sell because like I said, you know, when it comes to the circus, it's the kind of theme that it can be a hit or a miss nowadays because um
That's true. I mean, but like I feel like that would be radical. I think that would, like, in my selfish opinion, I feel like it would raise the circuit sales a little bit more because, because like how the Boston Red Sox had the Dropkick Murphys, the circus has these guys. You know.
well, I mean, the thing is, like, circuses actually, like, going way back in the day, the circuses did have their own traveling bands. Like, that's how the music was always played during the show to give it more of a dramatic flair and stuff like that. They had their own bands. So it's like they have most circuses have bands that compose like the music that they have for the shows. And sometimes I know they do sell that actual music maybe online nowadays or in CDs and stuff. I know Rolling Stones did for their Rock and Roll Circus on their CD. They have like a two CD thing. Like on the other one, it's like they do like where they have like the traditional like carnival music on the other one, so to speak, to give it respect. But I'm just saying like a whole band that just does nothing but make like their music based upon traditional circus music or like just make up songs about the circus. I'm not sure how well that would go through. It sounds like a nice concept, but it's just again, it's more of the who would really benefit and who would really want to be interested in something like that. So it's just
Well, I know one person that would have one of their tickets, and that would be you, just to see the first concert, just to see if you like it or not.
maybe, maybe.
I I would, if that were to actually happen, I would be like, I'm gonna see what these guys are made of, see if they make a good song or whatever. And if I absolutely hate it, then I'm gonna if they were to actually happen, they were like death metal, I'd be like, okay, no, that ain't happening.
That'd be funny.
I can't stand that gargling mess of music. That because death metal is basically gargling music. I can't. It they no even they even tried to cover it up in Guitar Hero 1, and they sucked at it. So I can't freaking I can't handle that. They're too. It's just you can't understand it. It's it's not
Well,
my too much
oh,
metal. What?
well, the thing is, when it comes to okay, when it comes to that kind of music, when it comes to like death metal, black metal, deathcore, metalcore, all that kinds of stuff, especially when it involves a type of screaming, they probably had to tone the volume down to make it, you know, appropriate for people who want to play the game to be able to hear the lyrics and the songs and stuff. Because that kind of music, because they do a lot of screaming and stuff like that. A lot of people have sensitive ears nowadays, like me, and it's like they wouldn't be able to tolerate the pitch of the the sound, the pitch of the musician's voice and stuff like that. It all has to do with that. So, but I mean, then again, it wouldn't be the first time more people use a circus as more of a creepy way than the fun, happy go way.
Yeah, because when because in the game they put Lamb of God's laid the rest in the game, and if you heard the real song, it's just like the death metal groggly voice, but in the game it just sounds like someone attempting to do death metal, and it just sounds like they're trying to sound like the real thing, but it doesn't sound like the real thing. And so like that I mean like I didn't like the real song in the first place, but the cover is just hilarious because they're trying to do it, but it doesn't sound like it. Um, but if this but on the subject though, with this band, if they were to do that kind of music, I would not be interested because that kind of music turns me off. But if it's something like alternative rock or classic rock or something else that's not that, I'd be fine with it. Okay, I'm pretty sure your favorite band did songs on the circus, or one song on the circus at least once, for both of you.
Mm, I don't think my favorite band has done anything like that because they mostly do covers, but they do have a few of their own songs.
Yeah, same here. It's mostly they do covers, but it's like they may have their own original songs like here and there, but it's like if they do covers, it's like, yeah, okay. But I mean, like, just because it's like we like the circus doesn't mean like our favorite songs and stuff are anything to do with circus. It's just something that we like.
Yeah, I mean like I don't even know who my favorite band is right now. Honestly, if we're talking about bands,
Well, I mean, technically, we're supposed to be talking about the circus, and I know Serpent's been wanting to say something
yeah,
before you.
Oh, I keep forgetting what it is.
Oh, jeez.
This dress is very distracting, okay? I can't get it right.
but no, I
Well,
mean, what's that?
no, I was gonna say because I know Serpent, you were about to say something, and then you cut her off, and then it was just like,
I did, I
I
didn't
sh-
mean it. No, I didn't mean to cut her off.
That reminds me, there's actually like an acrobat troupe thing, like about an hour away from where, well, half an hour, somewhere along those lines, from where I am. We can like train do circusy stuff, and it looks really cool. Like you can like learn how to do stuff like that. Um, like circus acrobats and whatnot do.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that they had stuff like that, like camps for it, and like brothers had a clown college and stuff like that. It's like it wouldn't surprise me because it would want to give people the experience of that. Um, so it wouldn't put it past me.
Yeah, I mean like um the I mean like I know Ringling Brothers had their own train, like their own train for themselves.
Yeah, they did. They did.
But like, was on the same track as like a regular railroad, not like the metro or anything, but like like a regular railroad that like they hauled um like pallets and stuff on.
Well, I mean, yeah, they had trains where it obviously had like the 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 carts where it was like they were carrying probably their animals and their props and their equipment. But as to what track they used, I'm not exactly sure. Probably not Amtrak. They probably have like their own way to get around because obviously they're probably trying not to get involved in too much traffic with other local trains and stuff, you know?
Yeah. What do you think those tracks are being used for today? That they used.
They're probably because I know there is a Ringling Brothers kind of circus museum thing in Wisconsin. They may have those like maybe on display out
That would be
there.
cool.
Yeah, they may have those like for their museum and stuff like that out there. So it's like,
But I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure the tracks are still laid out. To this day, still being used.
I mean, probably. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's possible, but we can only speculate.
Do you? Speaking of trains, do you like trains? Like, do you like riding the train? Is the train cool in your eyes?
I mean, I've only ridden the train maybe a couple times in my life. It's like it's an okay experience, but it's not like something I want to be like for like all the time. So,
Yeah. I mean, like, like that's the best way to get down to the city, though. You know, if you were gonna go downtown, that's like the best way to go. Because if you try driving down there, then good luck to you.
yeah, but then again, it's like it's probably the train may not be as cheap getting down there because especially then you also need to get taxis and stuff like that because a lot of times you don't want to walk. So it's just like yeah, but I mean, obviously if I was to be a circus performer then yes, I would have to probably deal with the fact of being on a train and everything and stuff because obviously they
You
can't fly.
basically live on the train, I think. When you're not intense, of course, I imagine. Because they're
Yeah,
constantly on the move.
right.
I do you know I found one of Ringling Brothers' past ringmasters on Facebook, and I tried to get him on the podcast. If I would have got if I would have got in contact with him, had him on the podcast, and still known him, I would have asked him to be on here today. Just talk about this. I thought that would have been cool. Don't you think?
Might have been.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I wonder whatever happened to like that whatever her name was that did the ringmaster thing for their very last show. I wonder what happened to her.
Probably whatever happened to her, the same thing happened to all the circus performers when Ringling Brothers shut down. They all lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering what she's like doing now. Is she like like performing somewhere? Is she like
Does she have an office job?
yeah
Well, I mean, probably, but like I said, once the Ringling Brothers shut down, like a lot of their performers, they lost all their jobs. There's a lot of unemployment, so it's like it was probably difficult for her to find another job as it was for everybody else. So, because it's like once you're in circus life, it's like almost, it's like it's gonna be then hard for you to adjust to normal society. Then after that, it's almost like when someone's been in the military for a long time, it's gonna be very hard for them to adjust to back to normal society and to get like a job and stuff like that and because or like especially because they'll have to file for unemployment to get benefits and stuff like that, so it's just who knows.
yeah. I mean I mean like it's just I mean like I feel like I feel like Ringling Brothers left a good mark though on society. They stamped their way in society and everyone loved it. And I respect them for doing what they did. For staying around for all these many decades and centuries and doing what they did to entertain people. I mean, like they entertained the crap out of people for centuries. And I cannot stop them from doing that. You know. So I have much respect for Ringling Brothers and their ink print on society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been going for an hour and 3 minutes and stuff. Man, we this episode wasn't as energetic as like the first one we did, but
Yeah.
but like we said, it's 3 in the afternoon and whatever, so it's not like 8 o'clock at night where we're like just drowning off and we're like, what the heck? Chip, is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I'm enjoying talking about this because it's like I get to talk about something that I really, am very, knowledgeable about. And it's a subject that I really know about because it's like I get to share this kind of knowledge that I have with you guys. So it's like it's really kind of nice.
Yeah, no. What else do you know? Just like what else have you not said that you know that's cool?
What do you mean?
Like I know that you told us everything you already told us already about your circus knowledge, but is there any other circus knowledge you haven't brought up yet that you would like to talk about?
Well, there is probably a couple more things. Like, okay, because we all know usually most typical circuses involve like either one ring or like three rings, correct?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, there is one circus that I have heard about that I did my research on, and I believe this is, I think, Moscow or China or something. But this circus, they have six rings.
6?
It's a lot of
Six.
rings.
Yes, that is a lot of rings.
How do you do that? Like 6 rings? How?
Um, Hang on. Sorry, I'm just,
You're researching as you go.
yes, basically I am.
It's 6 rings. 6 rings, my god. How do you do it? That's like you need 6 ringmasters, 6 lion tamers.
No, no, I don't think it's exactly that. Um, that'd just be crazy.
Yeah, that's too much for one circus then.
What about you, Serpent? What are your thoughts?
Well, they must have a lot of acts to have six circles or rings. More than the normal circus. That would take a lot of practicing and a
That
lot more advertising.
yeah, that's like saying, "Hey, do you want cheese? You want cheese with your crackers?" But that's like saying like, "Oh, we're not just giving you 2, we're giving you 6." Are you still looking it up, Tiff?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, so you're probably gonna have to give me a few minutes. So,
No, it's fine. No, I mean, I want to share. I mean, while you're looking it up, I want to share that like the circus that I know there's circuses that had 2 rings because the Bugs Life was like that. The movie Bugs Life, they had a circus and that
Oh, right. It's been such a long time since I've seen that movie.
well that's the for some reason I really liked that movie growing up because I had a Flick shirt with Flick on it. And I know there's a circus in that movie, and that was the main driving point of that movie, and they had 2 rings, and I don't know if that interested did that movie interest you in the circus somewhat, Serpent, growing up?
not. Oh, sorry, you were talking to Serpent. I thought you were talking to me.
Well, did it interest you too?
Nah, not really.
Yeah?
Not really.
No, because it was like that wasn't like one of the few things that I was looking at when I was watching the movie.
Well, I mean, what's your thoughts on Disney movies touching the subject of the circus?
Um, I'm not exactly sure about that. I don't really have an answer for that. Do you? That's something I'm gonna need to think about because I'm a little concentrated right now.
Yeah. like, no, I mean, while you're looking it up, Serpent, because as there's Dumbo, there's A Bug's Life, there was what?
I think those are the main two that involved circuses in it because
No, you're wrong.
it's
There's
not like they really because they may have had they didn't really have any circus like stuff in most of their movies.
well, I mean, there's the House of Mouse, which I think touched on it.
I've never even heard of that.
It was a cartoon. It was like a thing that came out every morning before you went to school, sort of thing. It was
And what year was this?
probably like 2005, probably.
I was 4 years old. I was watching Barney.
Well,
Okay, maybe not Barney, but definitely Arthur.
I'm surprised with Disney being as big as they are. With the magic that they weld. I'm surprised. The circus being one of the oldest entertainment properties of them all. They haven't like done any. I'm surprised there isn't like a Disney circus. I'm surprised they hadn't even tried doing that at least once.
You mean Disney on Ice, which is pretty close. Not exactly, but it's pretty close.
No, do you know how Disney is known for the magic and all that stuff?
I think that's what Disney on Ice is for.
No, but I'm talking about like the traditional style. Just like it's Disney themed, but it's a traditional style circus, but it's Disney themed. Like there's they have Goofy is like they have like Goofy and Donald and Mickey and Minnie and
I mean, I think they mostly input their own little magic into their parks and that Disney on Ice thing, which I saw a while back, but it was after the Frozen movie came out, which was really disappointing because most of it was Frozen. We only got like one or two songs from Disney movies that I actually liked.
well, how about and oh yeah, and Chip and Dale. Remember when they were a cartoon? Everyone loved them.
No, I don't. I was like 4, dude. Whenever these things are coming out, I was like 4. I was a baby. I'm not as old as you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for making us feel old.
I'm a child.
You're the youngest in the second fam, so. No. You're the youngest in the second fam because me and Tiff are the same age, and then Ray is younger than us, and then Kate M. I don't know what her age is, and Kane I don't know what his age is.
I'm only just finally an adult, okay?
Wait, how old is Kane? I don't know how old he even is.
Oh. Well, let's see. Ray is 4 years younger than me. And then what is it? I think Ray's gotta be older than Caden. I think maybe by a year or so, but I know Emily is older than both of them, so it's like, shoot, I can't think. So it's like, but yeah.
No, it's fine. No, no, it's fine. All you need to know is that everyone's older than Serpent.
Everyone is older than me.
So basically, until you turn, I think it's the age of 20. Everyone in the second fam is considered an adult until you turn 20.
Well, 18 is the kind of adult age. That's when you're able to go out and do stuff because you're an adult.
Well, you're gonna turn 19 this year, aren't you?
I am, and I'm excited. Well, actually, I don't know. Personally, I don't really care. I was excited to turn 18 because now I can buy stuff at conventions and go to panels. I can now do everything I want to at anime conventions, so I don't really care. I've gotten to the point where I needed to be.
I was never one for the 18 plus panels because I don't know.
My friends are on them, so I want to see my friends.
No, I would do an 18. Okay, I would host an 18 plus panel if I was like like if I was gonna keep it like clean, but not
I mean, most of the time people make 18 plus panels just so they can say fuck. Because you can't really say that in any other panels. I mean, and technically they can, but they really shouldn't. Because kids sometimes come to them.
Yeah, you guys say like frick.
They just want to be able to swear.
Yeah, people. I never did an eight. I mean, my first panel that I ever did was not 18 plus technically, but one of my friends accidentally slipped the F word by accident in my first panel, and I was like, why? It was a 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and nobody was there. So my second panel, though, the best panel I ever did, no one sweared. I didn't swear, at least. I don't think Ray sweared. Well, she was Shiro, so Shiro has any right to say the F word if he really wanted to.
He has rights because things keep happening to him and he deserves better.
No, Tiff, did you like the second Cyber Time Bite panel?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you can go, Tiff. Sorry.
I was gonna say yeah, it was fine. Go ahead, what you were gonna say.
I didn't make it because I forgot. I fell asleep, to be honest. Like, okay, gonna go to this panel at whatever time it was. Okay, be ready. And then I fell asleep. It did not. My planning did not go well.
Where did you fall asleep at? On the floor?
Well, yes, but actually I can't remember. It was somewhere, but I fell asleep.
It was a good panel, though. I mean, like I wish you would have been there because it was pretty cool, and that was honestly before we started doing this podcast, or before I even had the idea that you were doing this podcast. But if we were doing this podcast around that time, I would have made the panel Cyber Time Bite / in the Serpents Pit.
It has come to my attention that I've been yelling this whole time, and I have now been yelled at because I've been yelling into my phone. Whoops.
Wah. I don't know. No, but no, I mean like the third Cyber Time Bite panel. It's gonna happen at Midwest this year if it isn't canceled.
I'm hoping it's not. There is a survey out for them asking if they should cancel or not. So if any of you are planning to go to Anime Midwest, check your emails for the survey because we don't want it to be canceled.
Yeah, if they cancel it, my streak is going to be broken, and I don't want my streak to break, and my panels will be ruined because they won't happen, and that would really suck, and I don't want that. Nobody wants that. Everyone's upset if it happens. Tiff, are you still doing research?
Yes, I am still looking. Sorry, I don't mean to sound irritated, but it's just like I'm trying to find where I found it, and it's like I can't find it.
I have that problem sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, where did I put that web page? I don't know.
I hate that when you research something and then you found it one time, but then you can't find it again. I hate that. But no, I mean like I think I told all of you this, but you know, I was trying to think that hey, we should go to Dice Show this year, but that ain't gonna happen now probably because
Dice Show's the most likely to happen. I mean, that's in the fall. That's the most likely convention to happen at this point in time.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we probably won't. The thing was that I was thinking that I was gonna take you, Tiff, Ray, and if Caden comes out of cosplay retirement by that point, him, and possibly go up there and enjoy the con, but that's probably not going to happen now because all my vacation time is being used for this quarantine. So it's probably not going to happen now unless some miracle happens, and it can happen. But I thought that would be cool because you guys have never been there. I've been there though, and
I'm definitely planning on going this year because my friend has a hotel room, and I'm just like, yes, hotel room. Because there's no way I'm going without a hotel room because it'll take me like a really fucking long time to get up there.
well, I
There's
mean,
no way I'm driving back and forth like I do with like Midwest conventions.
the Wisconsin Dells are too far away to just go from there back home back.
Exactly, that's what I said. Yes.
I No, if Midwest gets canceled, if in the case that Midwest something happens to Midwest, my next convention won't be until November, and that's the Pop Culture Con, which hopefully that doesn't get canceled too. And if that gets canceled, then there's Count Out Delete, and if Count Out Delete, well,
There's no way it's getting canceled. That's way too far in the future. If we're not over a virus by December, then there's that's clearly saying something for this country.
yeah, so probably my next. So if everything happens like it's gonna happen, then Count Out Delete's gonna be my next convention if I can even make it to Count Out Delete this year. Last year I was able to make it because I took that week off for Christmas. But this year I don't even know if it's even gonna happen. I don't even know. I want to go because I like Count Out Delete, but I honestly think Count Out Delete's better than Midwest in my opinion because it's smaller. Everyone's in the same building, and
I like Midwest because it's bigger, and I can get a big panel room for my game show.
but don't you like the fact that everyone's in the same building and you can
No, I mean I like not having to run to another building for my panel, which is the thing I'm worried about for Midwest with all the panels I'm in. But otherwise, I just like having that's so much room for the artist, the artist, that area, artist alley, and all that stuff. The dealer's room. I like having the dealer's room so big because there's even more places to throw my money at, which is bad, but so much temptation.
there was so much My Hero Academia at C2E2 this year, my last con I went to. There was so much My Hero Academia, it was crazy. Well, I mean that's what season 3 just ended, right? It's like
4.
yeah, season 4 just ended like a few months ago, right?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, so I mean when C2E2 happened, season 4 was already neck deep, and so
Season 4 was really long.
yeah, so I saw Deku's, Toga's, Frappies, Todoroki's, you name it, they were there. um, or as I call them, Total Dorky. And no. I was thinking in my no. I'm doing a panel. If I get my panel, I'm gonna do the Cyber Time Bite panel again. But I signed up for another panel called Anime Family Feud. It basically is Family Feud, but it's a fandom versus a fandom, and I'm gonna have Homestuck versus My Hero in the first one, and I'm gonna have Dave Strider and Todoroki come up first as the first two.
I mean, it depends on who you get in the panel as well.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if I have a Dave Strider and a Todoroki, I'm gonna have them come up first, and then it's gonna be fun because I'll be like, everyone's sitting in this room right now, and everyone on the other side of that camera, wherever you're watching this, you're leaning over to your other friend, and you're like, this is my ship. Because they're the badasses of their own fandoms.
Funny enough, people do have lots of ships cross fandoms. Like one of my most amusing not my ships. One of the most amusing ships I've seen is Kameda and Sans, and I'm not really sure what that's about.
Well, I
From
mean,
Danganronpa and Undertale.
like people see characters and they just ship them. You know, they just ship them together.
Yeah, but they have some kind of justification that I don't know, since I haven't bothered to learn the justification.
Like like for example, like if you no, Tiff, were you saying something?
No.
Um, but like the
Found it.
you found it.
Nice.
Yes. I'm sorry it took me this long, folks, for me to find it, but I had to look under Wiki for performances. It's like the Moscow State Circus. They are a six-ringed circus.
Six ring circus.
Six-ringed.
Man, that's crazy. That's a lot of rings.
Well, then again, Moscow is a pretty big place. It's Russia, so
So tell us about it. Tell us about it. I'm interested.
okay. I apologize for cutting you guys off, but it took me a while. It says, well, it's still around. It features animal acts. Um, Obviously it rose during the Soviet period. Um, it has traditions including clowns, juggling, acrobatics, contortions, and animal acts, especially bear acts and bears, and so, which includes bears who can juggle on their feet. Um,
That is an impressive bear.
That's something. That's crazy. A bear juggling.
With its feet. Or on its feet.
That's. I never thought I would see the day that I never thought I would see the day I would see a bear juggling with its feet, but today was that day.
Well, you heard about it.
Well, I heard about it, but now I gotta see to believe it. Oh man.
so yeah, there is one circus. The thing is, it's still around today. So yeah, basically there is one circus that has six rings. I'm sorry it took me this long to find it, but it's just like, I had to. So, yeah. So now you know, six ring circus. You gotta go to Moscow to find it.
What? Yeah, but Tiff, what circus do you want to go to? Like out of all the circuses that exist, which one do you really want to go to?
Oh, if Ringling Brothers was still around, definitely want to go to that. But other than that, there's no particular circus that I would want to go to, really. Because it's just, like, there aren't that many circuses around nowadays, so it's just, like, you know.
Not even like Cardigan. You want to go to a Cardigan show?
I'm not exactly sure, because the thing is, like I said, this is, like, I've only heard it because I heard it from the last podcast, but this, I mean, I don't know.
Because Cardigan, I did research on Cardigan just to see what it was, and pretty much what Ringling Brothers was, but except they just slapped a new name on it, and they did all the stuff that they did, but stuff animals and whatever and all that, clowns and such. My job actually gave me the opportunity to have tickets to go to it, but I quickly realized it was for kids only. And I was like, thanks, work. It's, that would have been interesting to go to, but work had to screw me over. But have you done research on it though since we told you about it?
No, because I mean, I haven't had a chance to look.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this. I know there's nothing in these times that we can really do, but I'm surprised people like Discord and Skype and Zoom and all these streaming things aren't getting more money because of this whole quarantine thing. Because if you pay up extra money, you can technically call people from around the world through Skype and Discord or whatever. So I mean, I'm surprised there's not people shelling out more money into this stuff.
Because generally they're free platforms.
That's true. Because in Skype, I know if you put money in Skype, you can like call people like across the world on there like by phone number. And I don't know who would want to do that, but you can do that. I I I know Animal Crossing is bringing people together because that just came out.
It's fun as hell.
But do you think Animal Crossing is bringing you and your friends together in these times? You think?
I mean, you could say that, but I'm just kind of an Animal Crossing junkie over here. I've been a fan of it since I was little.
I mean, like I mean like I just been myself. I mean, I have a Switch, but I don't have Animal Crossing because I weeded myself out of Animal Crossing like a long time ago. Like I used to play it, but then it just wasn't satisfying with me anymore, so I just stopped playing it. But like for me, how I've been keeping up in these times is that I don't know. I've just been trying. I could finish watch that. I could finish Adventure Time, but then after that, I can if I really want to, I can probably blow through all my shows I haven't finished watching yet or even started watching yet.
I've been doing that. I've been watching a bunch of shows.
You have?
Yeah.
But I could possibly I could do that I could just finish all of the shows if I really wanted to, but I don't know. I just for some reason I'm not feeling it. Like I don't feel like going up to my thing, taking my DVD off my shelf and putting it in my DVD player and watching it.
And that's what we call laziness.
Hey, it's not because I'm not lazy. It
sounds like you
feel
are.
Like getting up to take a DVD off your shelf.
I mean, like
that is literally the definition of lazy.
Well, I mean, like this is the first time I was able. This is the first time, like in a long time, I'm ever able to be lazy because I've been working this whole time, and on my days off, I had to like do laundry or something. So in the first time in a long time, for a whole month, I'm able to be just lazy.
Then be lazy enough to pick a DVD off your shelf.
But I've been like doing like the podcast. I've been doing this. I've been doing my art. I've been doing Time Bite. I've been doing I don't know. I mean, there's probably a few games I could probably beat too, like Donkey Kong Country 2. I haven't beat that game yet, and I haven't beaten it when I was a child, and I still haven't beat it now. So I could probably finish that. Probably beat that game in the next 2 weeks. I gotta do a speech in 2 weeks for me and Ray were talking about this speech that Ray has a speech that she needed a speaker for, and I threw my hat into the thing, and she chose me, and so now I'm doing a speech for her class, so I gotta do that in 2 weeks.
Wow! Congrats, dude.
Thanks. I'm talking about I'm gonna be talking to her class about the podcast and how I got here, why I decided to do it, all that stuff, like pretty much a not a shoot interview, but basically just an interview, just talking about me and why I am where I am right now.
Oh, so the tables have turned. So, oh, well, I wish you good luck.
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything you want to ask me about about my podcast or anything? Just like anything?
Not really. I don't really have any questions.
But this year has just been 2020 for me so far has just been a year. I mean, like January was February was.
You know what? Sorry, I'm interrupting, but I just thought of one thing we haven't discussed yet.
What?
Oh, what is that?
Circus food.
Ah, yes, the food. What's a circus without the food? The peanuts, the popcorn, the funnel cakes, the cotton candy.
What?
Oh,
The
well,
peanuts? Who likes the peanuts?
Some people, that's why they sell.
yeah, it's not just elephants.
Yeah, but like that's what I was talking about in the last episode about the circus peanuts. Like nobody wants to break open those things. Everyone hates them.
Well, then again, it's like you never know. I mean, there's some people who like the peanuts, and then there's some people who don't, but then there's some people who can't because they're allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
I like funnel cake. If anyone here wants to buy me a funnel cake, that'd be fun.
Wait, do you want to do a funnel cake or a churro?
Fun.
Churros are pretty good, to be honest.
I
I've never had a churro.
I didn't have one until junior high, I think, when my friends kind of all looked at me just like, how have you not had a churro? And then they just kind of handed me part of one of theirs. I'm just like, oh.
a churro. No, Tiff. Basically, what a churro is basically it's like it. First of all, it's full of sugar. Like it's coated with sugar. There's so much sugar on it. It's crazy. But it's also like that's basically all you're tasting is sugar. It's basically a stick. It's basically a soft stick filled with sugar.
I
Well,
thought it was
it's not-
cinnamon.
It's cinnamon and sugar. It's a long stick of a doughy stick with some sugar on it. Yeah, and cinnamon.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a funnel cake before, so
Those
but I
things
know
are also delicious.
but I've had cotton candy before, not from being in a circus, but because of the fact that I used to go to Golden Corral with my friend Rob, and a lot of times it was hard for us to try to keep him away from the cotton candy.
Wait. Hold the phone. Tiff, you never had a funnel cake?
No.
Oh boy, Tiff, I'm gonna have you eat a funnel cake and you're gonna love it because they're delicious.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna have to wait until probably because I know this week is like gonna be Easter week, so obviously we're gonna have to wait
And
till.
also the quarantine is still happening.
Yeah, but I mean mostly because with me and Lent, I'm forced to give up sweets every year for Lent. So at this rate, it's like we're gonna have to wait till Easter's over and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I mean like I mean like I mean like what is it? I also what's another circus food? I had a deep fried Oreo for the very first time in October last year.
oh, deep fried Oreos. That's something else I haven't tried yet.
I haven't tried them either. I'm a little worried.
They sound good though. They sound good.
It wasn't really that good though. It wasn't really that good in the long run because I thought it was gonna be delicious because deep fried Oreo, love Oreos, deep fry them and see how that tastes. It wasn't really that good.
What did they fry them in?
Oil, deep frying
Okay.
oil.
Well, I mean, Serpent, you and I still have yet to try it, so it's like maybe it might be different for us.
Yeah.
Well, Tiff, I got an idea then. In October, they do this flea market in that's not even that far away from my house called the haunted flea market. And basically, you can go. It's a flea market where you can basically go there in costume and shop at these booths like this flea. It's basically a flea market, but except you shop in costume, and it goes till like midnight or 1 in the morning, and basically like that's where I had the deep fried Oreo, and they have like circus food type food there, funnel cake, deep fried Oreo, all that stuff. Maybe around that time I can take you there and you can have a deep fried Oreo, and maybe if you want to come, Serpent, you can come too.
I'll think about it. Depends on how busy I am.
Yep, same here. Because if like once it gets back to normal, it's like it's gonna depend on my job schedule.
That too, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. By the time that this quarantine's over, your bus job won't even be a thing until next year, unfortunately. But
It depends.
well, I thought they shut down all the schools for the rest of the year, didn't they?
Well, technically, right now we're still on quarantine till April, so I've basically I'm still checking my staff email every day to find out like what's going on. So it's just like until they've officially announced saying that the school rest of the school year is canceled, then I'm just gonna have to assume back where I'll be going back to my bus job in May. So it's until we get full confirmation. Most likely I'll be going back in May. We, for circus wise, we've talked about probably uh, building structures, the food, the trains and the transportation and stuff like that.
Although there is a lot of importance that comes into the food with the circuses. Like I was thinking about it while we were chatting about school and buses and stuff, and I decided to look it up, and there's actually a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like when, for example, when they would travel about on trains and stuff, the first tent they would put up is the food so that they can make sure that everyone is fed, because circus is like their acts and all that stuff is a very like high calorie, like burning kind of thing. It takes a lot of energy to do all of their tricks and acts, so they need to eat a lot. And the cooks, the cooks that they would have as well would need to learn how to prepare regional specialties, and just all these different types of food depending on where they are, because depending on what kind of ingredients they have available, what the performers need to eat to keep their energy and health up, and just all that stuff. Like in the mornings, they would usually have like cereals, bread, pancakes, fresh fruit if it's available, and thousands of eggs, bacon, and coffee. Lunch and dinner provided soup and salad with fresh ingredients if available, stewed or barbecued meats, potatoes, and other starches, and simple desserts, along with coffee, tea, or milk. And just thanks to the wider availability of foods today, circus art, artists have more options, but the meals are still really important, like a really important part of the day and a shared part of circus life.
no, absolutely. And you gotta think as to how much water that they have to drink. They have to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, because breakfast, lunch, and dinner are the most important meals of the day, and if they're not eating that, then they're going to be burned out quick.
Mhm. They could get sick real fast that way as well, because with how many calories they burn with all of their different acts, if they didn't eat much or skipped a meal, they might not be up to like in the right mindset, so to speak, because their body would be trying to use all these calories they don't have.
Can you imagine like the strong men like basically eating meat and burning it off in the same day? I'm pretty sure that's how
Oh
they.
yeah, they probably burned off a lot of what they ate in the same day.
Yeah, like they probably ate like so much like meat just for the protein, probably. And like an egg, drink eggs straight out of a cup. They probably did all that.
There is a possibility that they did that, although it's not the healthiest thing, since the eggs need to be cooked, because they're, one could say, contaminated, but that's not exactly it. It's like the same idea of like you have to cook meats before you eat it. So, same
which
concept there.
which makes me wonder, Tiff. This is a question. This is a perfect question for you. What does the ringmaster do? Does he just sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm playing"? Like they just sit there and write down what they're gonna do next show, or do they just kick it back and be like, "Oh, there's always next show"?
Basically, the ringmaster's. Sorry, Serpent. What were you saying?
No, sorry, that was my cat.
Oh,
He's on my lap and he's stretched.
well, I think the ringmaster obviously has some part of organizing like what acts are to be going in what order, but I think most of the ringmaster's job is to just, be like the master of ceremonies, like present the acts as they go and stuff like that. I know sometimes they might get involved maybe with the clown act or two, because the thing is, one thing I know about with clowns and jugglers and stuff like that, they use those for purposely in between so that way other acts can get ready. Like the clowns and jugglers are purposely there to, fill
Buy
in
everyone else time.
exactly, fill in the pauses that it takes for the next act to get ready and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I mean, like, the yeah, but why do you think they do on the like? Since you said serpent, since you said they live on the train, pretty much. I'm wondering do you think the ringmaster on the train just sits back and just like worries about preparing for the next show closer to the?
They probably like do work on like a lot of work with planning the next show, talking to other ones else because they're basically kind of like the owner of a business in this in that
Yep.
sense usually as well.
as well as they're the ones, making giving the money out because they have to pay because the performers got to get paid somehow. So
Do you no? How would you no in a scenario if I won the lottery and I bought Ringling Brothers from the company that they're held under? Like, do you like would you guys actually still go if I like bought out and I reopened it and I redid it all over again like the traditional way?
That depends. Do you have much experience when it comes to show business?
I no, not really.
See, there's a problem. If you don't really have any like experience within show business or entertainment and stuff like that, then yeah, winging it can only take you so far. So probably not. Sorry.
I mean, like I have a little bit, I have a little, just like probably a sliver of entertainment experience for the podcast, probably.
Yeah,
Although
but
they're a completely different genres, so to speak.
yeah, with the podcast, you're sitting here hiding behind a microphone and recording stuff. Whereas in a circus, it's like it's live. It's like people get to see you and stuff like that. Like you have to have prior stage presence.
Yeah. I mean, I can have my camera on like this, and I don't have to be behind the microphone that much anymore. If I really wanted to.
Yeah, but still, it's like, um, but I'm just saying, like when it comes to like being in a circus, it's like the same thing. Like you have to have prior stage experience, like especially if you're like an actor for like a play or a dancer or any kind of performer, you have to have experience within performing in front of people because like in actual people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it ain't gonna work.
And there's a lot of like effort that comes into things like this because it's a business. Like you need to manage money, you need to manage marketing, all that stuff.
Exactly, and plus, the sponsorships.
Sponsorships. Hey, we can get Pepsi. We can get Pepsi to sponsor and be like, hey, Pepsi, you want to
It's gonna be
sponsor?
even harder for that than that to get Pepsi as a sponsor. Big companies like that don't just go willy-nilly choosing people to sponsor.
Yeah, it's just these types of sponsors, like these companies have to decide whether or not to sponsor you based on how much money you think are they like, if they're gonna actually be gaining money or, they're gonna be losing money.
Exactly, because if they don't think you're gonna make any money, then they're not gonna sponsor you because the whole point is for them to make money.
Yeah.
By like giving you money, essentially. Like when you go to sponsor someone, you go there giving them money, assuming they will make lots of money and you will get money back.
Yeah, because it's like part of the money that you would make for the circus, it goes kind of towards your sponsors too. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're providing you with the like refreshments and stuff. Like with Pepsi, like you would get soda from Pepsi.
And a few different types of some companies like Pepsi and Coca-Cola own like a lot of different like brands and stuff. Like they have like all these different products. I think one of them actually has chips too. I think that they get that they're in control of. I can't remember which one though, or if it's both.
Right. It's not just soda business, it's also restaurants too. Like if you want a restaurant to sponsor you, then yeah, you're gonna get like products from them in hopes that you're gonna make money off of it and stuff like that. So it's like circuses is not just about putting on a show nowadays. It's a business. And if you don't have any experience within the business realm, then it's gonna go nowhere.
That's true. I mean, what's that?
No, I didn't say anything.
No, I just like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it would be cool. Like I feel like it would be cool, like if like that if Ringling Brothers came back, I wouldn't mind checking it out in its return run. But like if it's like whatchamacallit, if it like never returns, that would suck because nostalgia is big these days, and you would think that they would come back for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah, but then again, it all because if Ring Brothers were to come back, it's like they would have to decide: is it worth it bringing it back? Do you think they're going to make more money now than they had in the past? B, is it something people are going to want to see? Because depending on what kind of acts are displaying, because the thing is, as Ringling Brothers went on, they went to do like themes and stuff like that. So if there's a specific kind of theme to their show, like, are people going to want to get interested in it and stuff like that? So it's just like, and like, will they be like, can they get someone to do advertisements for like all the commercials and stuff like that? Because nowadays, more or less so, it's about how much money are they going to be making by doing this. Because before Ringling Brothers shut down, they were already losing money because they had to retire the elephants because of all the animal rights activists and and all the like the stuff that they were going through. So they had to retire them, and of course they lost money because of that. But I mean, as at this rate, in this modern age, it's going to be harder to do that because, like I said, with all the technology that we have today and everything, it's going to be harder for people who want to get interested in going out to see an actual circus again.
I honestly feel like in 2020, I honestly feel the only people who had the legit money to bring back Ringling Brothers, and I'm not just saying this because we're all in the same room. I legit feel like these are the only people that could. I feel like Disney is the only people who have enough money who can buy out Ringling Brothers and bring them back because they have so much money, they can do it. Like they can do it right now if they want
Except
to.
they love cheaping out on money and treating people badly.
Why you say that?
Because they had like thousands and thousands of people like interning here in America, and when the coronavirus happened, like even though they were interning here and they had jobs here, they gave them no warning. Basically said, okay, we're kind of done with you now. They basically fired all of them, and immediately all of their visas expired, and they were stranded here and had to get home somehow with the coronavirus happening.
I never heard.
They basically stranded a bunch of people here during the coronavirus with no income, and they have to get out of where they were staying.
Now, I want to be clear. I'm not just saying that because we're all in the same room because Disney. I wasn't just bringing that up because of that. I feel like they're the only ones with enough money that could pull it off.
I mean, there's plenty of people with lots of money. It's just how much they flaunt it. Disney is really well known, but there's lots of other people and companies out there that have lots of money. They just are usually equally stingy with it.
Right, and the thing is, when it comes to Disney, Disney has been more of the animation and stuff like that. They may do a few live action films every now and again, but it's like they're more of a TV, movies, film kind
An
of
amusement park.
Yes, an amusement park sort of thing. That's what's mostly Disney. If Disney were to buy out Ringling Brothers, they probably wouldn't even keep the name Ringling Brothers. I mean, because it's like
It might be maybe it'd become fantasy circus or something. Who knows? Something more Disney sounding.
Right, and stuff like that. It's just like, but again, the overall question is this: even if Ringling Brothers were to come back, how many people, even in today's society, would be wanting to go out and actually get buy tickets and actually go see the show? So that is the big thing, especially if they don't even bring the elephants back, because that's a huge thing. Because even here in America, they like I mentioned before, they have a partial ban on animal uses in the circus now. So it's just like, Ringling Brothers wouldn't be able to come back because, like I said, there's a partial ban on animals being used in the circus right here in the U.S. And since some of the animal acts were controversial in the Ringling Brothers, it's like they're not going to make much money because, like I said, once they retired the elephants, they lost a lot of money in their box office.
So Tiff, I know that you would buy a ticket if they came back, but between you and me, Serpent or Rian or whatever, your name works. Would you go first? Would you buy a ticket? Would you go to the comeback show?
Depends on if I have money.
I would. Okay, if they were to make a comeback show and they were coming to Chicago for the comeback tour, I would probably go to the first show, see if I even like it, and then judge from there. That's fair, right?
No, Steven, that's not fair at all. Will be shunned by the circus community forever.
Gee, thanks. Gee, thanks. I guess I should get. Maybe the lion tamer should eat me by this point. No, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think it would be cool. I mean, because like I said, because of you guys, I'm interested in it a little bit now, and I wouldn't mind wanting to go see it. But because I've seen commercials for it my whole life pretty much, so it'd be cool just to see one show, at least.
What do you think, Jeff?
I mean, maybe, depending on what they're offering and stuff like that, because it's just, like I said, maybe.
Yeah.
It's iffy.
Yeah, understandable. Circuses are expensive these days.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember when, on the day, I think I was hanging out with Ray. I can't remember if this is the same day that I was hanging out with you, Steven, or... Yeah, I think it was. It was when that water circus was, like, out there, and Ray was telling me, like, oh yeah, like, I was thinking about getting tickets and, like, taking you to it, but it's like when she saw how much the tickets prices were, she's like, oh no, they're too expensive. It's like...
Wait,
It's an Italian water circus, but it's just like Ray was thinking about getting tickets to, like, take me, and it's like, she's like, when she saw the prices, it's like, oh no, they're too expensive, like, I can't do it. Sorry.
Wait, what's she gonna take?
They are really expensive, like really, really expensive.
Wait, she was gonna take me and you, or just you?
I think just me.
Because, Tiff at circuses.
Well, gee, thanks. It made my interest. Maybe I would have been interested. Okay. No, okay, not
Okay,
fine.
Mr. Circus fanboy.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's just jumped on the bandwagon because of us.
Yeah.
No. Okay, you want me to talk about wrestling? I can.
That's a completely different... You're a wrestling fanboy, but not necessarily the same... That's not necessarily the same thing as a circus.
Yeah, no, it's not, so...
No, I mean, like, I'm not. No.
They got a ring, but that's about the only comparison.
Well, the thing is, their ring is square, where a circus ring's are round.
Yeah. I don't really know why they call it a ring anyhow, because it is square.
They call it the squared circle.
I hate to say it, but that's pretty pointless.
But No, because I'm not jumping the bandwagon because of you guys. Maybe I'm interested a little bit because of you guys, but I'm not jumping the bandwagon because of you guys.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
I
like Tiff, if you grabbed my arm, what?
Regardless, it's looking like it's about time. We should probably close this up.
Yeah, but Tiff, if you were to grab my arm and say we're going to the circus right now, I'd be like,
It's about time to close it up, Steven.
which means, Steven, you probably got a lot of editing you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, what's funny about this whole thing, Serpent, is that he didn't catch my joke from earlier. So,
I
Wait.
caught it though.
wait, what joke? What joke?
well, we were talking about the rings in the circus or circle where it was like the wrestling ring. It's a square, but you said it's like what did you say, Steven, about the wrestling rings about being
It's called the square circle.
square circle? I said, well, I say that's just pretty pointless.
What? oh, I get it now. It gets pointy. Oh.
Wow, it took you that long. It took that.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that's sad. That's kind of sad.
I mean, I got it immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't get it first.
Oh dear.
Oh, but I mean, like, when you really think about it, wrestling is pretty much the circus, pretty much because it's an act.
It's not. It's
No.
really not.
It's not.
It's not. It's not.
It's not the same thing. It's not. It's just a bunch of grown men in
spandex.
in spandex, just practically overly stretching each other. That's all I'm really gonna say about it. So it's just like it's not the same thing. Because most circuses, they don't involve people beating the crap out of each other
In spandex.
Well,
in spandex.
Well, you guys haven't watched ECW yet, then.
And I
And
don't think I ever
plan on
want
this.
to.
Well,
It's about time to close this up, though.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm closing the serpent.
Everyone, have a fantastic day. Glad you came to listen to our very long video, or well, audio to be exact.
Well, this is
And
going.
we hope you come to the next episode. We don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we do hope you will come to the next episode of In the Serpent's Pit with me.
Oh, you finally outro now. 13 episodes in, and now you finally outro it.
I mean, 13 is my favorite number.
Yeah, and considering 413 is coming up for all you Homestucks out there, and
Oh yeah.
I actually enjoyed being on the podcast with you guys. Again, I don't know if I'll join you guys next time or whatever, but I mean, with this quarantine thing, there's not much really to do as long as I'm not working. So, but it's just like,
Man, I just
you
want
know,
to do more of my friends over Skype or whatever. I just want to do something because I'm not saying I'm so bored and lazy to take the DVD off my shelf like we were talking about earlier.
But you are.
you are, and you are so lazy right now, not closing out this podcast.
Well,
Yeah.
because I don't want this to end because
I
I'm
did
having
the
so much fun.
closeouts, so we shall end the episode right
Yeah.
about here. Everyone have a fantastic day from wherever you're listening this from. Day, night, afternoon.
Okay, yeah, you follow me on Facebook at CyberTimeBite. Follow me on Twitter
Oh.
at NostalgiaVamp.
You can
Follow us.
also follow me, and we're 13 episodes in. I'm sure you know where to follow me by now. And you should check out Tiff on Instagram at Tiff, TIFF 93KD on Instagram.
Exactly, and you pretty much know where you guys can follow Serpent on Insta as well. She also has, don't forget about your art account, which is Serpent Breakdown 21, and I've seen her artwork. It is amazing, so I recommend you check out her artwork.
I plan on drawing more.
Yeah.
And
So make sure to keep an eye out on YouTube or wherever else you're listening to this podcast for this episode and then for the next coming episode. And yes, just want me to do one quick shout out, of course, to the episode that Stephen was mentioning earlier about my friend Kaden. It's going to be episode 89, so it's going to probably be coming out, I would say, tomorrow. So, but I want to give a shout out to my boy Kaden. I love you so much, and you know,
Thank you for joining us, Tiff.
no problem, Serp.
Thanks for joining us, man. We're all the second family here anyway. The only people we're missing is Ray, M, and Caden. That's all we're missing. I wish they would have been here. Like, dang it. Anyway, we'll talk about after the episode. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.